And we're live.
Do you want to do a little magic for us?
Sure, I could do something. Yeah, I mean, when I was thinking about it beforehand, I realized how bad for the people listening on the way to work.
Oh no, that's fine.
Magic is, but
no. If you're listening at work, then you really should go to YouTube and watch this segment because this guy can do fucking. This guy's a goddamn wizard. Okay, if you can't take 5 minutes out of your day, press that whisper sync on your fucking player and come watch him do some fucking magic, then you got too much on your plate. He's like a fucking wizard. All right.
He's a magician.
He's from Hogwarts.
And I don't want to make you nervous, Blaise, but I'm an amateur magician critic.
Yes. All right. Yes,
Self-describe.
He doesn't know anything about the mechanics. He just likes yelling insults at people with cards.
The most fun to perform.
I have very, very strong opinions about how it should be.
Yeah, that's one of the things is performing for kids. It's interesting because I love performing for adults, and I craft a lot of my routines, a lot of original magic for adults. And the reason that I do that is I go through the thought process of someone that's watching, and they'll think, oh, this is how he did it. And then they'll think back and they'll realize that I had already done something that would kind of explain that that's not a possibility. And they keep going through their head until they realize they don't know how it's done. And when you perform for a kid, they'll get the first idea in their mind, and then they'll just start yelling the entire time that they know how it's done. And then it just kind of makes the show a lot less fun. And there are people that are kid magicians that really enjoy dealing with that, and they craft their tricks to be great for kids, but it's not fun to perform a lot of my material that I make for adults.
Taylor is very religious.
To tell Taylor to shut the fuck up.
Oh no! I'm not.
How sweet!
I'm not saying you're
That's
like a kid.
Fantastic phrasing.
Yeah, Taylor is very religious, and he considers your magic blasphemy.
My dark art.
In Missouri. They drug a magician to death last year behind a pickup truck. So just keep that in mind as you work your wares here.
That's true. They genocided all doves in the state just as an outside chance to keep magicians far away.
Because of all
a lot of times the doves get injured and or killed in those tricks, like the collapsing cage trick when you've got a dove in a cage and you're like, "Huzzah!" and like the cage is gone and the bird is too. Like the cage is like collapsing and crushing the bird to death, and then it's being hidden.
Is it really? Is that how they hide the bird?
I feel like it's
in the old. I've seen the contraption. There was this whole contraption that
this is the Prestige.
That you have to, but it's based on a real thing. It's a real magic trick.
Oh.
The Prestige didn't just invent some magic for their movie. Those old school magicians had undergarments with mechanical shit. Those birds usually die.
Or a lot of the time the birds will hurt people. Not as in what I mean is not pecking, but one of my friends, David Oliver, who I consider my two main mentors are David Gear, David Oliver. They're like my two David mentors, and they one for magic, one for acting. And David Oliver, he actually he was doing the Dove Act, and he was known for the Dove Act. And then apparently you can there's a certain kind of disease that you can get from birds. And what happens is that it's basically things like particles in the air can bounce off of their droppings. And then if you breathe them in normally with a regular immune system, you're fine. But if you have any kind of compromised immune system, I think he got pneumonia, and then he breathed that in, and it actually built a fibrosis, and he had 0% usage in one lung. And then he had 10% usage in the other lung, and he had to get a double lung transplant. It was this crazy surgery. And so it's insane how dangerous the Bird Act is. And so
I shoot doves whenever I see them, so I'm on his team.
So you're saving lives, really.
Yes.
I don't know about that, but they're tasty.
Yeah, absolutely.